the hardest job in any organization is a salesperson. If we don't get to the finance part in the first 15, 20 minutes, our close rate drops by literally almost 20%.
You can get a payment plan for literally anything. If the other guy's at 7 and doesn't offer financing, you may be the only affordable option to that homeowner.
Yigal Yaron from GreenSky, and Yigel's been a great partner to LB Capital. I would not be sitting where I am today without Yigal. And no offense to GreenSky, I think you're more important than GreenSky. What you taught me, what you showed me about financing, about how it just increases. And we're going to talk about all this thing in the podcast about increasing your close rate, making a better customer experience. These things seem like common sense, Yigal, but you came in here for me as a friend. I consider you a friend. Now, you've been very good to me. And your company's been great to me, so I'm not saying anything bad about GreenSky, but I always think people represent the companies and people buy people. Yigal, thank you for being here on the podcast, and thank you so much for what you've done for me and my business, because you've definitely helped me change my family's life, so thank you.
No, thank you. I mean, it's been a pleasure working with you and your team for years now, getting this started, getting, the LB Capital brand growing and adding brands and being seamless with it, and you guys coming to me. I mean, it's been a great partnership. I'm excited.
I want the listeners here to get today, because a lot of people listen to this podcast and it's growing, and my social media is growing. I appreciate everybody that follows me. I really do, from the bottom of my heart. Make sure you get your ticket for Marco Island, December 3rd through 5th down in Marco Island. A lot of people say, oh yeah, I offer financing, but they really don't offer financing.
No,
they don't lead with it. They don't even know what they offer. They have 12 or 18 different plans. All the dumb shit I thought I had to do, right? Like, be honest, right? Because we offered financing down at Dillon, my HVAC company, which, I sold.
Yep.
And we didn't have a relationship then. So when I met you,
yep,
I thought I was just going to run the same playbook. And you were like, listen, I know you're a great guy, Lance, and I know kind of who you are, but you want to try it this way. And it was life-changing. Can you just talk about that and how our relationship journey from there? And we're going to talk about closing and helping people in the homeowner.
Sure. So when we first met, we had the conversation. I still remember sitting in your office in Bristol, and we're sitting across from each other. And I said, hey, these are actually my recommendations on what we should do. And you asked me, and that's, I think, something that you have that a lot of business owners don't have, is you're happy to default to an expert in the field
100%
on something. And I think that's humongous. That's one of the biggest challenges that I have with business owners is I not only have opinions, I have data and objective fact about what works and what doesn't work, because I get to see the data on what other contractors are doing. We're the largest unsecured home improvement financer in the United States, and it's not close. And the reason for that is that we're able to give insightful opinions to you to help you grow your business. So not only from that, but from my lived experience, having sat at the kitchen table and knowing you're as good as your financing options.
Oh, wait a minute. So you were telling me, because I remember me sitting with you, because Bill wasn't here yet.
Correct.
It was me, and I think it was Matt and maybe Josh, and
was Mike here? I think Mike was.
Mike, yeah, Mike, my ex-partner from Dillon, because we actually wound up putting into Dillon, right?
Yep.
We wound up changing what we're doing there. And I remember saying, you're the expert, you tell me, man. I don't
right.
I'm a business guy.
Yep. The plans you asked me about that day are still being run today.
100%. We have 4 plans or 5. I know 5. Yeah, I know it was 4 or 5.
Yep.
I know at one point I was running like 12 or 18 fucking plans, and it was just lunacy, right? And we mastered none of them.
Correct.
And our financing at the time, if I remember the stat, was like 20-some or 30-some%, which now we finance almost 7% of all of our deals plus, right?
Right.
Which has us exponential growth, right? But I remember sitting in that meeting. I remember Mike Golich wasn't happy with you. Do you remember? He was pissed, right? And he's a good guy. Mike's a very good guy. And Matt was like, nah, I don't know, man. We got to offer these things. I was like, well, why don't we just do it his way? The guy has the information. I said, he only gets paid when we use his services. Like, he's a fucking sales guy.
We're mutually aligned.
Correct. Like, he's a sales guy. Like, I tell people this, it's real easy for me to sell LB Capital.
Right.
Because we have the same end goal. To sell your company.
Correct.
Right? Like,
it's that simple.
You make no money if we don't use GreenSky.
Yep.
And, so it was a real easy buy for me, because I understand business at the basic level. Like, most people sell to what they're incentivized to, and what most people are incentivized to are one or two things. Everyone either uses it, or it's what the company's trying to push for whatever reason. But normally it's because everyone uses it, right?
Right.
And this is the low-hanging fruit. So we went with it, the 5 plans, and we get a report, and you could see it's still 2 of the 5 plans are our main 2 plans most people buy.
Correct.
I mean, is that not the case for all your business? You don't walk into a meeting and people don't say, "Just tell me what I should be selling." See, that's mind-boggling to me that someone would be telling you what that blows my mind,
Yeah.
that part.
No, I get a lot. I still get the contractors that tell me, yeah, all my customers pay cash, so I don't
That's the
even know.
dumbest thing I ever heard.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. You can't exactly say it in those words, but you have to gently say
Why
it in those
do you
words.
say it in those words?
People have egos.
No, because if someone says to me it's the dumbest thing you ever heard, I'm like, "Fuck, I respect this guy."
Yeah.
Especially if they have success, they know what they're talking about, like, I don't know, I guess I look at myself as, like, I'm always a constant student.
Yeah.
And I mean that, I say to my sons all the time, because my sons are getting to the age now where we're talking back and,
Yeah.
like, no, they are, like,
Yeah, no, I got an 11-year-old. I get it.
so you get
Yeah.
I got a 12-year-old, and he's constantly, like, saying what he knows.
Mhm.
I'm like, "LJ, I'm just gonna tell you something, because I love you. The most successful people I've ever met are constant students.
Yep.
And the most unsuccessful people I've ever met are the know-it-alls that act like they know it all, and they've never had any ounce of success."
Yep.
Right?
And there's a lot of them.
Just the majority of them.
Yeah.
And, when I look at financing, right? Like, financing changed my life. Like, when we took Dilling, right? And this is like, we're like a constant student again. When I partnered with Michael down at Dilling, and they were doing 2 million, we took it to 12 to 18, and they're going to do $50 million this year. It's crazy to think that, right? Like, you see the growth there. It's insane, right? And, I just look at it and I say, okay, it's so simple to see. We put Service Titan, which I'm a big believer in. Service Titan. I own nothing of Service Titan. I have to say it all the time because people think I own Service Titan. I just own what works.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
You use something, you're excited about it, it works.
I'm just too stupid of a guy. It
Yeah.
works. I'm going all in.
Yeah.
We brought financing. It was the number 2 thing we did.
Yep.
And we didn't know what we were doing with financing. Like, I'm not a finance expert. You know that. Like, I still come to you for the report. What are we selling? We look at it every quarter, every year.
Yep.
I know you work with Bill and Mike Shelley handily more than I do, but I've always appreciated our friendship because you're not afraid to say, "Lance, I think you should do this," or "You're wrong here." Because I wanted to add more probably like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
If you remember. And you just showed me the data. I was like, okay, well, this is stupid. Of the 5 we have, I think it was like 70% went to the 2 of them.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's all you need to know.
It's the market's already talking to you.
Yeah.
Listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember my ego with Dylan. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do," and that's probably why we grew great, but we could probably have been better. Make sense?
Sure.
Now, and that's why I'm saying to the listeners out here, guys, when you get it, and you should contact Yigal for your financing for sure, because he's been nothing but great to us, and it's definitely helped us with our business. Is why wouldn't they listen to you? Like, I just brought my attorney in-house, right?
Okay.
And she gave me advice, and she's young. And I could see her hand was shaking, and she was nervous. And I said, "Do you have anxiety?" She goes, "Around you, I do." She was being honest, right? Because, remember, I got in-house counsel. I got to work with this woman every single day.
Of
Do
course.
you think I want her feeling that way around me?
No, of course not. Nobody does.
No one does, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm just like your job, like your job to tell me what to do. You are the expert. You are the legal. I brought you in. We hired you for a reason to be our legal counsel.
Right.
So you tell Lance Bachmann what to do.
Right.
What are my risks?
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Like, and don't be afraid. And
Yeah, where am I exposed?
correct. And you do the same exact thing.
Yes.
And I'm going to say this to the listeners out there. I would love your feedback when you talk to me. Why would they act like they're the expert when it comes to financing? And why would they give a shit?
They feel that they know their market better than I do. They know their particular customer better than I do.
You have all the data.
Correct. But
You have the data in that market.
they only have the data, their data. And so what they do is they make an analysis based on only their data. Where
I know,
what
but
I'm
their
doing
data is skewed because they're never offering the real right shit.
correct.
You don't say that to them?
I let them know that this is best practice. I say these are what the most efficient, best, highest growing organizations do in the
What
country.
percentage of your sales do you close? You go.
Of people that I talk to,
Yeah.
it's a big number.
We're going to take it above 90 right now.
Yeah.
You want to know how?
How?
Because you're going to say to them,
Yeah.
my man, look at all these successful companies that run the playbook that I tell them to run.
Yeah.
Why would you be any different? Now, if you don't run it, you might get there, but you're going to make millions and millions of dollars of mistakes and leave it behind.
Yep.
This is like, that's where I look at it. you know, when I deal with you or I deal with anyone else in my life. No different than people from Service Titan, no different than the people from Roofer or Eagle, whatever it is. My social media people, they make 99% of the decisions because they're the expert.
Right.
So I don't think you have a hard sale here. That's why I'm lost at. Now I get
Yeah.
people want to negotiate price and rate, and I do that with you. I'm not gonna lie. We've
Of
had
course.
fights about it, me and you, yes or no, like, and we're friends.
We got it done.
We did, but it wasn't nice.
No.
I mean, it was
It wasn't adversarial. We were both.
I think I said fuck you. You were kicked out of my office.
No, you said if you can do it, great. If not, fuck you.
Yeah, I mean,
So you didn't say it yet.
yeah, I mean, and that wasn't being rude. That's just like there is a business to it of
Sure.
we got to hit certain match. And that's the funny. People are like, man, Lance, you're really tough in business. You're really tough in business. I'm not tough in business. I have an obligation to all my partners
Right.
to deliver the best P&L possible to them.
Right.
Like, that's the only reason you partner
Sure.
with me, to maximize.
Yeah.
And with that, we have a lot of power.
Yeah.
With no offense, GreenSky or whether it be Beacon or ABC, because we pay our bills. You don't get customer complaints about us. You don't get, like, I know you have issues with other customers, but you never had them with us.
Right. No, we're good.
I mean, and
We've had a great working relationship for years, and I think that's why it's worked so well.
no doubt. So listen to Yigal, number one, guys. Can you give me some of the stats for the listeners of what percentage of people actually, what percentage of closes increase? 'Cause I know we went from about 20 or 30% to we're over 70-some% of, you know,
Yeah.
financing, right? And it's grown our revenue. Some of my companies are doing 20 million. Some of my companies are going to do 30 this year. Some doing 10. Like, every one of my companies are going to do over $10 million, right? Like, so most roofers are doing 900 million or 2 million.
Yeah, there's a hurdle, right? There's that for getting to the first million, which I think in any business is like a key metric. Then there's going from 1 to 5, which I feel a lot of folks stall at.
It's the swamp. They get
Yep.
stuck there.
Yep. And then because you're doing successful enough where you can pay your bills and things are okay, but to get to that next level of success, you need to implement a financing strategy and have systems and processes in place that are duplicatable and scalable.
Why wouldn't they give financing from day one? Like, I'm a true believer. You see, the first thing we do when we partner with a company, we
Yep.
bring you in.
I get an email.
Yeah. I think we use, I don't know who else we use. Is it Goodleap?
Yep.
So we use, and listen, you got to use more than one person. Like, that's just, I think you'd agree to that. Like, you want it all, they want it all, but you got to have an abundance mindset, right? Like, the reality is, you know, you just got, the only thing I don't share in my life is my wife. I tell people outside of that, we're good, man. Like, I got an abundance mindset with everybody else but that, right?
Yeah.
Like, I got no problem picking up the meal at dinner, shit like that, right?
Yeah.
But the close, like, why not from the beginning? Like, just say, listen, we're gonna go with, I'm opening up my business. Because you get the email from us right away when we partner with people.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'm opening a business. Why not offer financing right away? Why would they not? Like, I don't understand. It's just gonna be going to scale that much faster.
The only hard part about offering financing immediately for a new contractor is that every financial institution wants to see some time in business, typically at least a year. Now, if you're acquiring a company and it's a new company that's going to be growing, or a new company that's an
I've
acquisition,
never waited for any of them.
because we've already got our working relationship. So I get you in because we've got our working relationship.
But even in the beginning, I didn't wait.
We had you from because you bought
Dylan. So that was the, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't understand. So, wow. Okay. So there's a time period. Okay. Which
Yeah.
makes some sense because you're offering.
it's
you,
risk.
It is risk. And you
Yeah.
guys could get stuck hell in the bag with people do.
Right.
And people do scrupulous things. So what is the time frame?
1 year.
That's nothing.
Right.
But
So we're
I mean,
not talking about forever.
no. I
Yeah.
mean, and by that time, you're just getting systems processed. You're figuring
Right.
your shit out in 1 year.
Yep.
So how many people come to you after 1 year? Be honest. What percentage of your business is 1 year?
My role's a little different. I deal enterprise. So my role in particular is generally 5 million and above in revenue, which most companies, not LB Capital companies, but most companies aren't hitting in their first year. But I would say of folks that are coming to us in 1 year, it's hard to put a number on. I mean, we do see a lot of people try to come in. I'm not trying to be evasive. I just don't have a number to give you.
I guess my question though is like GreenSky, like we are, I know LB Capital is one of your bigger customers, right? So like my question is this is, you see our growth when we touch your company, how fast they grow. Because you
Right.
guys have the numbers, you see it, right?
Right.
Right? Why would you offer that to everyone because they would grow. Don't GreenSky look at it and say, listen, if LB Capital's doing it like this so fast, I gotta assume we're one of maybe 5 customers you have like us that just take a small company, just scales and grows and just keeps doing it. Or do you have anyone like LB Capital right now?
Yeah, I have a few PE roll-up groups.
Oh, we're not PE.
Right. I'm saying that, look, they acquire. Not saying you're backing, but
No,
yeah.
I'm saying, I'm asking you this question.
Okay.
Do you have a lot of companies like LB Capital where they partner with a company and they just start scaling and growing very fast, meaning the numbers just start flying? Do you have a lot of that?
No, it's usually like land and continue instead of land and expand.
Okay, so we land and expand. I like
Correct.
that. Okay. So, but don't you feel like if you offered financing to these smaller people right away, they would land and expand that much faster? I'm not trying to put you in the hot seat. I'm just thinking like,
No, I agree with you. I mean,
look what it's done for me.
what you're saying is what I sell every day, right? But everybody thinks everybody has different motives, right? They're going to think I have a motive for saying, hey, yeah, you should do this because it's my get rich quick scheme. That's not it. It's about this is what success is born out. We have examples. We're the largest player in the space for a reason, right?
What do we pay on average? Probably 7 points back to you.
No, less than that.
Less than that. Okay, so I don't even like, but
Yeah.
okay, but I think we bake in 7 points just to keep ourselves safe, right?
Sure.
Right. So like kind of put that into our pricing.
If I could get every company that I work with to do exactly what you just said, they would all be incredibly more successable and be able to grow so much faster. But a lot of people are penny wise, dollar
What did I
foolish.
say? What do you mean?
You bake in 7%.
Oh yeah,
make sure
it's into our GP.
Yeah.
We put it above the top line, 7%. We know when we're selling that we have labor, dumpster, finance, and materials. And we want to hit a 50% GP.
Yep. It would blow your mind to listen to some of the conversations I have about contractors telling me how competitive their market is and they can't raise their price one dime because they're already, it's because I know how you operate and you know how I operate.
Yeah.
It is shocking that businesses are still in that mindset, not understanding that you are not selling on price. You're never beating Chuck in a truck anyway. You're selling on value. And candidly, if the other guy's at 7 and doesn't offer financing and you're at 20 and you do, you may be the only affordable option to that homeowner.
So I will tell you this right now. I was just on a call with someone.
Yep.
And I said, if you can't be the cheapest, you got to be the mid-range. Like LB Capital stuff, you sell our pricing. It's all mid-range.
Yep.
Nothing high, nothing low. We're
Yep.
mid, right? I tell people this publicly. We're running between $800 to $1,000 a square, right? Just we're in the HVAC company, painting company, we're all mid. But what we deliver is a 5-star experience. And the guy challenged me and said, well, all these people are price shoppers, right? And I said, listen, man, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I've been selling a long time, 31 years, 32 years now.
Sure.
Been selling. I consider myself a sales guy still. I always tell people that. People are like, oh, Lance, you're this great businessman, you're a great entrepreneur. No, I consider myself a sales guy first, and then I had to learn the business side of things, right? I think what makes me who I am is I enjoy communicating with people, right? I want to make you yell. I always say this. I want to give you a great experience when you see how I treat my team. Some people hate me, right? But a lot of people love me, right? So, but what I don't understand is this, right? As you go and you're growing your business and you look at financing and people say, well, what was my point there? Jacob?
I think, I lost track of where.
Well, what were we just talking about there?
Financing costs, baking in costs, and then like, why wouldn't everyone do this?
Oh yeah, well, if you can't be the cheapest, right?
Yeah,
So you can't be the cheapest, right? So I know the fastest way to get someone. Oh, so I chat GPT. That was my point. That's why I forgot. And you go to chat GPT today. Everybody trusts chat GPT over anything else, right?
Right.
Ask what percentage of people in a home buy just on price only.
Yeah.
And they come back. I always said it's about 13 to 20% because we did this model about 5 years ago, 6 years ago. So maybe it changed. And I probably have a bunch of different articles to me. They're still only at 20 to 30%.
Yeah.
That's ChatGPT as of 2 days ago, 3 days ago, whatever it was.
Right.
I said, so the other 70% to 80% of people are buying on value and experience.
Correct.
So you're catering your whole mind to the minority instead of the majority.
Yep.
Right? Like, so I just have a different mindset. And that's was my point of we bake in it to the GP is I know if we can give you a 5-star experience, we know we're going to take care if there's a problem. We know if we have enough video testimonials and testimonials of happy customers saying they had a great experience, right? It's It's really that simple, right? And people rather, instead of, and this is another thing I never understood, and you just help me with this, Yigal, and you answer this question to me, because like, you would think I'm getting paid by GreenSky right now, because this is a hot button for me. You know this, Jacob. No, because Jacob sees me go bananas.
I'm
on
excited
Bill
where
and
this is
Michelle,
going. I'm excited.
Is like, this is a very hot button for me when people don't offer financing. The customer, instead of giving you 15, the average roof costs somewhere between 12 and 18,000 in the US right now,
Sure.
right? HVAC cost average unit between 12 and 15,000, right? Maybe a little 10, someone else.
Yeah.
Paint job is about 3,500 to 6,000, right? Average fence boy, that's about 8,000, right? And I look at these jobs and these home service-based businesses, and I can't help but laugh. And you're going to ask Mrs. Jones for $12,000 up front instead of $150 a month for 6 years.
Yeah.
5 years.
It's insane.
I mean, what's the easier sell?
Right.
Why do you think car dealerships offer financing to 90% of their customers?
Part of my training that I go in, and I'm walking with new sales reps that have never offered financing or whatever. Part of my training is, why do you think that when you buy a pair of socks on the internet, let's go small, they offer you to break it down into 4 easy payments of $3 a month
For socks?
for socks?
No.
Right now, go online right now. Look up
Socks?
You go on, you can get Klarna. You can get a payment plan for literally anything.
Hey everyone, thank you for joining us today. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Service Titan and Rilla, our technology of choice to helping us scale and grow our business, and making sure all of our viewers have the technology to scale their business, so when they want to sell it, they're able to.
And why do you think? Do you think they love paying banks? Do you think they love additional payment? No, they do it because it works.
Well, because I'm going to tell you this, these bean counters are smarter than any of us.
Yep.
They're called actuaries. Most of these people are making the decisions. Most people don't make, well, you know, because you're in the, and they just look at the data set.
Yep.
And they say, okay, this is what works the best.
Yep.
And this is why I'm such a data guy, right? Like, most actuaries have the personality of a doorknob.
Correct.
I mean, if you ever meet them, right? But
no offense to any actuaries that are listening right now.
Yeah, but they just are.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah, they do know. But they are the smartest people.
Sure.
When it's just pure, like,
logic.
Someone said to me, why do I always say I only have 26 years left to live? Because the average white man in America dies at the age of 77.
Correct.
I'm 51.
Yep.
Now, the other stat behind that is, most people don't realize, the last 10 years of your life is normally not a good experience.
No, it is not.
So you have about 15 years left. I say to my wife all the time, we're going to Vegas. I'm like, yo, baby, you know what time it is in Vegas? Like, we don't have not much on the runway here. Right? Yeah, I mean, like, but, you know, my point being is this. Why do you think it's easier? People think it's easier to get $12,000, $15,000 in a check than it is to get Mrs. Jones to do $150 a month? I just don't understand it.
It's $1 million question. I don't understand it either. People use it as a last resort. That's another big issue from contractors that I think you guys have embraced, which is, do you even show them a price, or do you just show them a monthly payment?
We show them both, but what we try to do, we try to get to in the first 10 to 15 minutes. I mean, I think Bill, I could bring Kelly in here if I wanted to. She gave you the exact number. But I know Bill went off on, we just did an analysis down our Salty Dogs brand. Oh, I'm wearing it right now.
Yeah.
We just did it on a Salty Dog brand, and during the week, we spend average time in the house 2 hours.
Yep.
Compared to less than 60 minutes on the weekends. Now, I want you to think about this, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And think about which homeowner has more potential to buy, right? Right. And to make a long story short, and the reason I did this is because I saw our close rate drop on the weekends across all my brands.
Really?
So I said, just pull the data, right? And then we saw on Rilla during the week, we normally, not normally, but, you know, with inside a certain percentage, we get into finance in the first 15, 20 months. Hey, Mr. Customer, we have a promotional deal right now. Would you want us to make sure that if you didn't want to move forward with us, that you qualify for this promotion, right? Because what you don't want to do is spend 2 hours with somebody and find they can't finance a cup of fucking coffee, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just, right? I mean, so you don't want to do that,
They're not going to get approved for a magic marker. Yeah.
They're not, right? So you don't want to do that, right? Because you just wasted all your time. So what we found was our close rate dropped. If we know if we don't get to the finance part in the first 15, 20 minutes, our close rate drops by literally almost 20%.
That's insane. That's a great number.
Like, and we have the data to back it up.
Yeah. No, I mean,
we have the data. Like, these are data things. We use Rilla, we use service. Like, everything is data driven here. Like, this is no like just pie. So Bill, you know, it was last Monday, right? We probably have the data being recorded. We probably have the footage from last Monday. I should probably give it to you guys. Be good for you guys at GreenSky. And then we took the average time on site, and it was less than 60 minutes. So what we did is we came up with what's called the CVS calendar.
Mm-hmm.
Now you get a day off during the week, and you get Sunday off or Saturday off, right? Because we believe maybe it's burnout, maybe that you have too much out. We had a ton of leads in all of our divisions, obviously.
Right.
I'm thinking about what I used to do, what I do.
Yeah.
So,
And having run leads in home and been on that grind, it can wear you out, man.
and people don't do it consciously, right?
Yeah.
You got Saturday, you're running 3 appointments. You want to go home to your wife. There's
Yeah.
barbecue going on. I don't blame people. These guys are the hardest working people you ever meet.
Sure. Everybody has a life and is entitled to a life.
100%. And
Yeah.
and I always say this to you, everyone out there is, no one understands the hardest job in any organization is a salesperson.
Yeah.
It really is.
That's why they get compensated the way they do.
They do. And their best skill set is to close.
Yeah.
And I always say a great salesperson doesn't get people to do what they don't want to do. A great salesperson gets people to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's really the art of selling is, can I get you to do what you want to do, that you're scared to do, that you're not sure of what you should do? And can I really connect with you emotionally?
Yeah.
And take you through the process, right? And because, I mean, you're going to give great value if you're a good company.
Right. You're gonna do the right things. You're gonna follow. You're gonna have service and support. You're gonna do all that.
Let's talk about this. People give you a lot of friction on they don't want to pay the points.
Yeah.
How do you overcome that objective? Because I'm just curious.
I tell them candidly, it's irrelevant. I say, are you the lowest cost provider where you are? Are you the lowest cost? Is that you? Are you the cheapest guy on the block?
Can I give you one better?
Yeah.
Because that shit don't work. I'm not gonna lie to you, Galen. I like it. So
That's pretty good.
you tell us, but word it this way next time.
Yeah.
You got on a sales call,
Mm-hmm.
and Mrs. Jones has $15,000.
Yeah.
Right, and she wants to do business with you. Go. Would you rather get 14.2 of it, or would you rather have none of it?
Absolutely.
Which one?
Of course, I'd rather have 14 too.
Well, really 800, because on 15,000 you're probably
Right.
paying about $800, right?
Sure.
Ballpark.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So
Depending on plan.
depending on
Yeah.
plan, but
Yeah.
that's a reasonable number.
Yeah,
Would I pay $800 all day long, twice on Sunday, for a $14,000 sale? Yes, I would.
I think the other issue is I think that a lot of folks aren't doing their price books the way you guys are doing their price books. So they don't have margin because candidly, they don't know how to price.
Well, I mean, man, what's funny? The people at the last mastermind asked us for a budget. You are right. People don't. We should probably do a quick Q4 budget planning meeting here for a day. And the marketing, though, I can wait to next year. It's my time. I got to give up to Jacob. Jesus Lord.
People ask for a lot.
Huh?
People ask for.
They do ask for a lot, and I have no problem giving them, because we don't make money on our masterminds.
Right.
It's just, it's my funnest part of the job, believe it or not.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
It's fun for the mastermind and coaching group are my two smallest businesses, but it's the funnest part.
It's kind of the same for me. Like my little guys that I call them like my diamonds in the rough but are receptive, right? They'll listen to me. They'll take advice and they'll implement it immediately. They're like some of my favorite because I get to watch
And grow.
and it's awesome and have them be like, this changed our business. This changed my sales rep's life. It's great.
Because you work with all type of contractors.
Yeah.
Right? You're not just roofers. You don't work with HVAC, everyone. What's the biggest myth these guys have? What's the biggest thing from stopping to grow their business? Besides offering finance, which I think two of the biggest things you have to be on a CRM that you love.
Yep.
You have to have financing. I mean, obviously the number one thing I tell you when people are like, what do I do first in my business? I'm like, do you have a leadership team? They're like, no. I'm like, well, stop and start looking for a leadership team, because what makes Lance Bachmann is have the best leadership team out there.
Right.
Like,
if you don't have good people with you, it doesn't matter.
I can't do this by myself.
Right.
Think about this. You met me how many years ago?
4
4 or 5 years ago. You've seen me sell multiple companies.
Yep.
But yet my internal team keeps growing.
Yep.
What does that
Everybody
tell you?
that was there with you then is there with you now, pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
and just bigger room.
Yeah.
This is my first time in the new digs.
Well, this is temporary space right now. It looks like a shithole, but we're going to make the new space real nice.
Where is the new space? Where's
Right across the street here. Well, you can't see it, but it's like right across it. Well,
through there?
it's right through there. It is. It's going to be beautiful.
Nice.
What's the biggest mistake that these contractors make? Like, what's stopping them from growing, in your opinion? You're in these people's businesses every day. You're the expert. Because you have no dog in the fight, so just shoot them straight. Like, all you're doing is selling finance. Tell them where to mess it up.
You're gonna think I'm making it up, but you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Wheels already, they try and outthink themselves, right? And it's paralysis by analysis. They sit there and they're overanalyzing instead of just doing. The playbook's out there, right? Lance will help you. LB Capital will help you sort out your playbook and make sure that you're doing things in a way that's proven. Like he's mentioned this entire time, they have the data. It's borne out. You don't need to go nuts and drive yourself crazy. Just do it.
You know, it's funny because people will ask me about advertising, and I'll say go to aggregators, Angie's, and this and that, right? And people will start arguing with me. I'm like, dude, listen, I really don't give a shit what you do. I don't own your company.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, it makes up 50% of our revenue across the country. Why would I tell you that?
Right.
Like, do you think I just want you to waste money? You're not my competitor.
Right.
Most likely, if you're listening to me, you're either saying, I'm a Lance Bachmann fan, which I appreciate always, right?
Right.
You're trying to learn and make yourself better, so why would I want you to get better? Or you're saying, man, maybe one day I'm going to partner with this guy in some type of business. So why would I ever want to give you any wrong information?
Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
No.
But people will still argue. I'm like, so you just don't want it to work then?
Yes.
Just tell me that. Just tell me you just don't want it to work, right?
I'm laughing because I had this exact conversation yesterday with a client, and I said, look, they were asking me about plans that I didn't think made any sense for their, actually, let me rephrase that. I know wouldn't make any sense for their business model.
Yeah.
And I told them I would recommend these plans instead. And they were like, well, our market and this and that. And I asked where they were, and they're actually in our metro area. And I said, well, candidly, I have sold at the kitchen table in this market, and I can tell you firsthand, yes, it does work. I didn't want to argue and come back.
Can't you just use my company as the example? Say, look at what LB
I
Capital.
try not to use companies by name.
You should. I'm giving you permission.
Right? I got explicit permission. I will use LB Capital.
Man,
Yeah.
You've been nothing but good to us.
I did actually reference you guys today on a call with an organization that purchased one of your former companies.
So, Ally or Vertex?
Ally.
Ally. Yeah. So you were with Greg Wheeler?
I was
Harry. Harry. That's my guy, Harry.
Harry.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
I was with him yesterday. He's a good guy. They're growing.
Yeah.
They're growing.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing very well. They're going to do 100-some million. All their branches are growing. They're good guys over there.
Yeah.
I would tell anyone to sell to them. That's the thing. Like, it's funny. I see all this stuff right now on Facebook, and we talk about this too, is everyone's smashing PE. Everyone's smashing. And then like this morning I woke up. I don't ever comment. I guess, and Yano's wife, Chris Yano's wife, wrote, it's been a tough third quarter for their marketing company, which I could see that. Like, just the environment's changing, right? So my heart always bleeds when anyone's doing tough. But she said the PE firm is going bankrupt, right? I guess the one that bought them or invested in them, which doesn't surprise me because a lot of these things are search funds in the digital space. And there's a big difference between a search fund will call themselves a private equity firm or not. It's like fucking Johnny Baloney over here. He raises money, goes to Live Oak Bank, whatever. I explained search fund a million times. So now I see someone else write, this long post about how private equity, all these companies went under this week and this and that. And I just wrote, who? Because I haven't seen any. And out of all your customers at GreenSky, I probably have the biggest gauge on the private equity group out of anyone, I'm assuming, correct? For not being private equity.
Yeah.
By far, right?
Yeah.
Like, I know the lawyers, I know the players, I know the M&A bankers, right?
Right.
I'm friends with them all, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I haven't heard one story. Do you think people are just out to like pounce on private equity right now? Like, what's the game plan? Because I'm not a private equity firm. Like, I tell you what, this is Lance Bachmann's money. So I have no dog in this fight, guys.
Right.
I think you should sell because they changed my family's life.
Yeah.
But do what the fuck you want to do.
Right. There were some events this week that I did hear about that are
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is some credibility to it.
Yeah. 2,500 people lost their jobs. 6 national locations got closed.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is why we do the podcast, people.
Yeah.
So really stupid. Batman, I like that. What's the name of the company? Because it has to be public, so I'm going to Google it right away.
Renovo.
Renova. What does Renova do? Look it up for me. I never heard of them. What do they do?
They're PE, but they own New Pro, Reborn, Cabinets. Who else? A couple other. One in Minnesota. One USA. Yeah, all home improvement. Windows, doors, mostly. Some kitchens, some stuff like that. But yeah, they went under.
Let me see. Wow. So maybe this is what they were referring to when I asked.
No, this was legit. I put out there too, and I would like to stand by it. If anybody was affected by that and I can be of help in any way, helping you transition, I am more than happy to do so. I don't want to sit here and say I understand, because I'm sure nobody
Don't.
really understands how bad that feeling is. But I certainly empathize with it and know that it's not about you, and we're happy to help in any way that we can.
So they laid 2,500 people off.
Yep. Closed doors. Homeowners with projects unfinished, just like half done, all that kind of stuff. It's
Really?
yeah, it was pretty
Pretty
shocking.
Roscoe Demise came
Yeah.
under private. Oh shit. All right, people, listen up here. But you gotta have the right partners too. So I don't know much about Renova. I never heard of them. Have you before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Were they fund based or were they a search fund?
Fund.
Fund. Wow, it's unusual. Parents were started Renova. Mr. Roscoe, longtime Twin City home remodel company has closed door after 7 years. Clear message with heavy hearts. Oh shit. Our Renova Home Partners company said ceased all rates. Their statement said we would wish your family. The company's New Hope office was a dark Thursday. Are they a local Bucks County? I never heard of New Hope before, except for here.
I don't think so. I don't think are they really based in New Hope?
Is it New Hope?
PA or
It might be New Hope out there. But yeah, I mean, guys, yeah, I mean, so I guess I missed the mark on it, but I'm not in the kitchen business.
New Pro's pretty big. Yeah, a lot of it, some of it's one day baths, some, and we have windows, stuff like that. I don't think
No, nobody should go through this. And what's funny is you can't, and the issue of this is I can't blame the sellers, right? Because the sellers think, like, listen, I think we've talked about it. You've been friends with me. I got beat for one of my earnouts. Well, I'll never do an earnout again. I've never been beat, sold 6 companies. Everyone's always paid me every nickel. I've never had an issue. I had to sue just for the financials.
Yeah.
I mean, it's public. I mean, just for the financials, I had to sue.
Yeah.
Right. Until the judge ordered, they tried to do a temporary injunction against me. Until the judge ordered against them.
Yeah.
Then he came and settled. But then he handed over the financials. And then you found out the management fees and everything else they did to beat me. And, you know, you learn so much about these search funds. And, I'm glad I went to that experience, though. I can tell you that, because I learned more than any Harvard class could ever taught me about that.
Yeah.
Best lesson learned. But it's a shame that, what, 5 minutes? The private equity firms did. What's the biggest thing? Because I don't want to get caught up in the private equity world too much here. You go. You were at the roofing conference last year, weren't you?
I was.
Oh, you helped us repatch the GreenSky relationship too, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
I forgot all about that. Yeah, I guess something happened with GreenSky and Dimitri, right? I don't know exactly the details, right?
That I cannot talk about.
Yeah, I know.
Literally, I cannot.
No, I can't. But I'm not getting involved in that shit either. It has nothing to do with me. Listen, listen, I bought the conference from him. He's done nothing bad to me ever. I can't say a bad word. But I guess my question is this: that had to be a hard sell for you.
Oh, internally?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember because we met. Who was the guy I met? The really nice guy.
Jesse.
I
think you met Jesse. Redhead?
Super nice guy. We're at a conference. You introduced me to him. I said, listen, Jesse,
We're at Pantheon.
And I just said, Jesse, you don't know me.
Yeah.
But everything I built, if you go to my social media, you'll never see anything negative. I just don't.
Right.
It's not my personality. You haven't heard me bash anyone. Even Renova, you didn't hear me take a shot at him. It's not my.
Yeah.
I don't think you win by doing that, right?
No, I don't. There are other providers again. Me and Wright, we'll talk occasionally because you got CC and so all the same.
Yeah, he's a good guy. But I have the abundance mindset. Dude, I do it with wrestling clubs. I do it with football. People will you share the film of your game? I'm like, sure. Why do I care?
Yeah.
It's your time to compete against me, meaning
Right.
we're lining up to
We're all on the field.
You know what?
Yeah.
Then you're my competitor. But before that, I'm going to treat you like a human being. And you know what I mean?
If I can't be successful on my own 2 feet, I'm not going to be successful by cutting your legs out from underneath you.
You've seen a lot. What's my point again, Jacob?
If repairing the relationship or internal.
Yeah, you came to the roofing conference. You repaired it. My ADHD's kicking in today. I'm all fired up. You went to the roofing conference.
Yep.
And you repaired the relationship with GreenSky. They're a sponsor, which I appreciate. And I love them. I loved everything I've done for them. But I remember me saying to the guy, Jesse, I remember I was with Bill, and I said, Jesse, listen, the conference is going to be a success either way.
Yeah.
GreenSky's been great to me. The one that I promise you is this: everything I've built has been a man of my word.
Yeah.
Just what you see is what you get with me.
Right.
You do this, I promise you'll have nothing but a great experience. You came to the conference last year. Tell us about the experience. You came back. You were the first one to sign up again. So
I think I just know those room blocks sell out early, so I had to. You got to get in early if you're trying. First off, the hotel is magnificent, so if you want to come to the conference, stay at the JW at Marco Island.
the room book's already sold out.
Room books sold out. So sorry, you're a little late to the game.
They already sold out. The funny part of this is Chad from Cologne Trustpilot, the PE firm.
Yeah.
Just emailed me. He's like, Lance, the rooms are sold out. How do I get a room? I'm like, oh, there's a PE guy, right? He's a great guy. I'm like, I don't know. Like we told everybody.
Yeah,
Hey,
you knew when it was.
we're gonna see if we can get more rooms open.
I'll say what I did. I always ask, especially for like a first time, second time event, something like that. I'll ask other people who were there, hey, what'd you think of the event? Because I want to know what their take was on it. So you might not even have this because I'm sure you asked them. I know you asked them.
I try to ask everybody. I want people to have a 5-star experience.
Well,
I really do from the bottom of my heart.
Sometimes they might be like, well, I don't want to tell Lance if something that they might tell Yigal, they're not telling Lance.
And what I hope, and I mean this for everyone listening, if I ask you a question, I hope you always tell me the truth, because I don't think there's any way to get better unless you coach me.
Correct.
Because I'm going to change the experience for you. I want everyone to have a great experience. I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
But I can tell you what they told me straight up, which is it was the most real conference I've been to. That was like, it was uniform in that they felt it was authentic. It wasn't like a pie in the sky kind of this person isn't in touch with reality. They felt that the conference touched on the pain points that they were experiencing and gave them clarity on how to move forward and grow their business. So it was something that universally, I mean, I didn't have a single person that didn't say something along those lines when I asked them about it, which is awesome and a testament to you and your team. And again, the power of the event that you've built in Marco Island.
And that's why I built it. Like, people don't realize I lose money on my conference.
Yeah.
I'll lose money again this year. Bill's like, oh, we're break even. Yeah, Jacob, how'd that call at 9 o'clock this morning go where I found out we weren't breaking even again? But that's still, because you just, listen, we sold out sponsorships.
Yeah.
We're going to sell out tickets. You saw the ticket board. Like, it's going great. But you do it. It's so much more than that. Like, I do it for, I want to help change so many people's lives. And that's why I did a podcast. Like, I don't need to be doing this shit.
Yeah.
I don't say that arrogantly. You sell 6 companies, 100, you figure it out, people.
Right.
This is what I make off my interest every month.
Yeah.
Like, just figure it out.
Yeah.
Like,
You're fine.
We're fine.
Yeah.
But I believe the home services need people to advocate for them, because there's so much fake information out there. There's so many people out there doing bullshit conferences. There's so many people out there not running conferences the right way. And there's so many people not having an abundance mindset. Like, that's why we offer a free shop tour every month, right? We offer a free shop tour. Who do you know does that? We're going to charge you a nickel to come in. We spend the day, my leadership team, and we show you systems, processes, the marketing. We show you our P&Ls. I mean, you see the first year you see in LB Capital, all my boards and my numbers are up with my companies.
Yep. Big. Yep. John TV's up with them right when I walked in the door. That is a fact.
Because because I'm tired of the con artist.
Yeah.
That's why I started the conference.
Yeah.
I sat in so many rooms listening to people that had never done anything. I'm like, this guy couldn't manage a fucking ice cream shop. Like, honestly, like, I'm like, why is he on stage?
Right.
I mean, like, Jesus Christ. Listen.
I hear Eddie Alvarez will be there too.
Eddie, everybody from Philadelphia loves the fact Eddie Alvarez.
How can you not love Eddie Alvarez if you're from Philadelphia?
First of all, I'm a big Eddie fan.
Yeah.
And I got to hear Eddie speak at one of my masterminds.
Oh, okay.
And I said this to Eddie, and it takes a lot to impress me. You got to think about this. I've seen you name him. I've seen him speak for the most part.
Sure.
Right? And I spoke with most people on stages now at this point in my career. Eddie Alvarez gave the most rawest, heartfelt speech I've ever seen. Where I was supposed to go shoot a podcast, I had another meeting, and I couldn't even pull. I didn't even cancel meetings. I just didn't make them.
Yeah.
Like, I never do that.
Yeah.
Like, that's not my personality.
Right.
I was so engaged. Like, he's talking about losing his first fight and how he just sat there and he felt like he talked more about his failures and journey than he did his wins. And I'm like, this dude is the most humble guy.
Yeah.
And this rawest guy you'll ever meet, and sincere. And I was like, that's why I asked him to come speak at the conference.
Yeah.
We made room for him. He wasn't supposed to speak.
Oh, okay.
I was like, dude, like, people got to hear your story, because he's He's great, man. He's a humble dude, man. Like, takes a lot to impress me.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm excited to see him. I'll be down there as well. However, I will not be at my booth during Eddie Alvarez's talk time. I will be there. So don't look for me then, but look for me any other time down there.
thank you, y'all. I appreciate you being here, brother.
Thank you.
Let's see what